Basically, every industrial revolution is a mix of three change. First change is a society change. So for the fourth industrial revolution, it's basically that now the planet is more and more a topic for everybody, and that you have the collaborative economy going on. So it's a big change, especially for Y generations. So that's society. The second type of change is technological. Of course, you need technologies to impulse a real change in society. And the change that is happening in terms of technology is IA, IoT, robotics, 3D printing. So there are a lot of new technologies, of course, in cloud computing. And to get the most of it, you need to have a good organization, which is the basis of Teslism or Toyotism or all the organizational models that have emerged. It's not an easy revolution to catch for a manufacturing executive because, in fact, there are quite a lot of contradictions in that new model. Like, for instance, you need to be agile on the one side, but you also need to think long term and have a vision. So how you make the reconciliation between the two. You need to have a top-down vision, but also you need to do bottom-up improvements. So that's the first difficulty. The second difficulty is relative to skills. Many executives complain about the lack of skills. The third difficulty is about the methodology. How do you manage to transform yourself in a new paradigm? And the fourth one is the absence of model, basically, which is the topic of the book, Tesla Way. Well, of course, everybody thinks about Elon Musk when you talk about Tesla, which is, of course, very different and disruptive. But on top of his character, I would say, there are a lot of things interesting and at least three disruptive dimensions. The first one is the way, the story he manages to build along with Tesla. Tesla is a company to contribute to the change in terms of energy, so to have cleaner energy. The second type of disruptive dimension is integration. It's a very integrative model, which is quite different from the previous industrial revolution. And the third one is what I call the tentacular traction, which is how you use brains outside your company to improve your company, which is quite an interesting thing. Like when you use hackers, for instance, to improve your products. So that's a way of thinking which is quite different from the classical way in manufacturing. Most surprising thing was that when I was there to study the model, the organizational model, which is supposed to be a better model than the other companies. And when I was there, in fact, the line was not working because Elon Musk had tried to robotize a lot, in fact, and go very far to robotize, and in fact it didn't work at the time, so that was interesting. But also what I keep in mind is Elon Musk himself, who was at the time sleeping inside the factory because yes, it was difficult because it was a hard time for him, but he was there in the field to help the teams, which I found something very inspiring.